Yes, people. What's happening? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to another call-in show. We are back, we are live, and we are here because we want to hear your opinion, people. This is your show. This is not my show. You know what I mean? This is your show, people. This is your show. And you know what? This is a very, very good topic, man. Who needs to be sold? Who needs to be sold? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Actually, you're going to come on the show, people. Please smash a like on the video. If you're watching right now, smash a like on the video. That's what I want you to do first. Subscribe if you're new. And if you can see, we have reached 50K. You know what I mean? I'm not going to announce it now because I know YouTube, they've been fluctuating in terms of subscribers. So, you know what I mean? I'm not going to announce it now, but we will announce it soon. But big up to everybody right now. Obviously, it's on 50K. Love to every single one of you who subscribe to the channel, man. Listen, without you guys, you know what I mean? There's no channel, man. I'll be honest with you. Like I said to you, when I was on 100 subscribers, and I did it for you guys, did it? Because you guys keep me motivated. You know what I mean? I remember I was on 100 subscribers doing vlogs, and I was like, you know what? Is it even worth it? But you guys kept me going. You guys are the motivation for all this content. So big up to every single one of you. And yeah, man, let's get straight into it. I can see James Dixon is here. Big up to you, bro. Hopefully, when you buy United, listen soon, man. If I had the money, it'd be straight in there, man. I'd make this football club a great football club. But it'd be good to get you on as well. But I am going to put the link in, people. And obviously, you know the score, people, man. Guys, cameras on, man. If you don't have a camera, then unfortunately you can't come on, people. Use your phone, use whatever. As long as you got a camera, I'm not bothered because I can make the screen and I can adjust the screen accordingly. So people, the title of the video is Who Wants to Be Sold? Who should United sell? That's the name of the podcast title today. Who should Man United sell? First come, first serve. I am going to pin it up to the bottom of the page. So you guys can right, it's pinned, people. It's pinned. It's pinned at the top. So every one of you can call in right now, people. So big up to you guys for jumping on. Let's get Kid Ashur first of all. Kid Ashur, how are you, brother?
I'm good, Abdi. How are you? Congrats on the 50K. You
Yeah,
deserve
man.
it, wallahi.
Love
Hopefully
that.
hopefully we see the silver plat, inshallah. Soon.
Yeah, inshallah, man. Definitely, bro. What are you telling me though, man?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you? Hope everyone is good, doing well over there.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Obviously, the show is about what players need to be sold. I think you can say a lot of players need to kind of be sold, but you know, we have to be very, very reasonable. So which
Realistic,
players,
yeah.
yeah, realistically, who needs to be sold for you in your opinion?
You see, the thing is, like, I know a lot of people will directly go to the defense, even though I think, like, if we get a Timber and we get a proper right back, because you see the lot, as much as I think he has potential, but he's not the finished article yet. He's not even though, like, I like him, but I cannot depend on him because, like, what I've seen, I don't remember. I think, yeah, Atletico Madrid, it was him, the one who caused the goal on the back post. He didn't
Yeah,
interact
yeah,
with
he
one.
wasn't there. He wasn't there to react properly. Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is, he has a lot to prove. I think Ten Hag would like to work with him, but as of now, we need to get a left back. Even though I like Telles, I know your opinion on him, but I think his quality, he can be good under a manager because we cannot, like, take the whole team out. So I think he should focus on the right back and the midfield because wallahi I had enough. If I see McTominay next year starting in our midfield, I will go crazy. I will ask myself a lot of questions like, has he got files on the club? Is he for
Yeah.
real like the grandchild of Alex Ferguson? I don't
Mm.
know because this guy seems to get away like up to you. We are until this day people think that he's learning his trade. He's
Yeah.
25.
Mm.
Like, when are people gonna wake up to this guy? Because you see, he talks about the right stuff. He has a good attitude, but he's not good enough. Like people
No,
say he can be our Henderson, but Henderson is much better than him. Henderson
much
at
better
least got the
footballer.
basics. He got a technique. He knows when to pass. Wallahi, some passes he does like I ask myself, is this Henderson or is it Klopp? Like I say, you see, like when you see these situations, like you ask yourself a lot of questions. So we need to focus on the midfield because Pogba, خلاص, he's finished. His chapter with Man United is closed. So we're left with McTominay, Fred, Bruno. Astaghfirullah, that guy. Oh my God.
You know what is? Are you? What's the situation with Bruno? Be honest, man.
He's
A lot of
getting
people rate
worse
him.
and
A lot of
worse.
people don't. It's getting worse and
No,
worse. Yeah.
you see this season, people woken up with this guy. Even the ones who were backing him, who ones we were fighting with because they were bringing up his stats. Now, when the stats are gone, they're like shook. You know, they're like, yeah, he's bad. But they're trying to convince themselves that it's this season. But I'm saying this right now, he will be exposed live in 4K, 12K, whatever your TV is. He will be exposed because you see the game against. Well, I didn't watch it. What was the last game? Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah.
See, like they killed the enjoyment to me. Like I didn't keep up with the last games. Not because like I don't want to, but I don't have a good feeling. Like I knew like when you say with yourself, like we were gonna lose, haha, because we were so bad. But I didn't expect to really lose, you know. So that's what they did to like an average fan. We don't we wanted the season to end since like what, February, and we need to start with the midfield because you see Louis Van Gaal, he proved to us that if you have a good structure in the midfield, especially, you can concede less and try to move the ball forward. Because if you remember, we didn't finish our chances back then because we didn't have good quality striker. Everyone is injured, even though they say we had Di Maria, Falcao, Van Persie, Rooney. Everyone was playing in midfield. So we had circumstances and people didn't take that into consideration. So we need to focus on midfield and the right back because it's urgent. It's a priority, in my opinion.
Absolutely, man. Big up to you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Every time calling in, and we'll chat soon, bro. Big up to you, bro.
And by
Love,
the way,
man.
up to you, like check your DMs because I sent you something idea
Okay, inshallah,
for the summer
inshallah.
shows.
Okay,
Right?
bro. I
Take
will
care
do.
of it.
Definitely, bro. Big up to you, man. Let's bring on AAB. Oh, talking bass. I'll come back to you. AAB, what you happening? You good, bro?
I mean, I think I'm feeling kind of positive now that that nightmare season has finally concluded. Liverpool aren't doing a quadruple, and I think we finally get a detox from watching these imposters, these frauds who don't deserve to wear the shirt. And the next time we'll get to see them play is in my hometown, in a new revolution, a new era, a Ten Hag era, with a bunch of footballing people, with a project that actually might have some substance to it, but we obviously need to be a bit wary. So, to answer your question though, which players need to be sold? Well, first off, I think, look, the difference between Manchester United and all the other 19 football clubs in the Premier League this season, and even in the last few years, you could argue, is the fact that the 19 football clubs, if you look at the dressing rooms, they fight for each other. They fight together. They fight as a unit with one goal in mind, to beat the opposition and win the football match. At Manchester United, we can't even bypass the first hurdle. We don't even, in this dressing room at the moment, it's so toxic that we're literally fighting each other. So in the sense of, in order to even create this winning culture, in order to create this winning team, we need to set a culture in a dressing room where everyone fights for each other, like the Sir Alex eras. Look at the leaders we had back then. So I think in order to get past that first hurdle, the first thing United need to do in terms of the transfer market, in terms of this mass exodus, which is imminent in the summer, United need to do an extensive research into the dressing room. They need to talk to agents. They need to talk to journalists. They need to figure out who are these main perpetrators in terms of the guys who are leaking negative information, spin into the press, constantly setting this toxic environment with the dressing room. So, for example, you look at Jesse Lingard, for example. We know, obviously, Paul Scholes confirmed it on TalkSport, saying that he was one of the biggest leaks. And I think for somebody like Jesse Lingard, if he's disrespecting the badge, disrespecting teammates, unjustly falsifying managers such as Ralf Rangnick, and throwing us into the wolves, I think for somebody like him, there's no place for him or for anybody else. Like we can assume who are the leaks. If Manchester United can pinpoint who are the biggest leaks in the dressing room, there's no place for them in this upcoming project. Because in order to create this winning culture and winning mentality in this dressing room, where we all fight for each other, we need to have players who are fully committed, who are accountable, and have the winning mentality and drive to success, and do whatever it takes for Ten Hag to succeed. So I think initially, I obviously we can't pinpoint who it is because we can obviously make assumptions. But when United can figure out who those leaks are, they need to get rid of them ASAP to start building for the future. So
Absolutely.
But I think in terms of players who need to be sold in particular, I think personally the question is a good question, but I think the question should probably change to who should Man United keep rather than sell. Because like if I told you from the outside, if I were to tell you, for example, Bruno Fernandes or Marcus Rashford would be sold this summer, like I don't think most United fans, like I'm pretty sure neither of us would be pretty moved if they were to be sold this summer. So I think the question should rather be who should Man United build around? Because if Ten Hag can figure out how he wants to build this project, who he wants to build it around. Let's say he wants to keep Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. He wants to keep David De Gea, for example. He should probably keep those veterans with winning mentality who have a higher claim, who actually have talent and ability to play in the system. And he should try, if he can get any sort of additional cash, because I've heard he has a transfer budget of around 125 million, something along the lines of that. If he can add as much cash as he needs, because we need to recoup the squad with players who are actually committed for the badge and for Ten Hag himself. So I think when he grasps the sense of who's leaking the dressing room, when he grasps the sense of who's committed to playing, who's not committed to playing for this football club, and when he has an idea of how he wants to shape his squad, the moment we come back into preseason, he needs to pinpoint who is good enough to play for the shirt, who wants to play for the shirt, who suits the system well, and who can be on this long-term project and actually lead us to winning titles in the next 4 or 5 years potentially.
Absolutely. Big up to you, mate. Appreciate you coming in, bro.
Thank you, mate. Hope you're doing well, and hope to see you in a few weeks if you plan on coming to the preseason match.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, you know what I mean. We've got to save it for a lifetime coming there, but we'll try to get there, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Come on. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Let's bring on Kevin. Kevin. How are you, brother? You good?
Yeah, bro. First off, I just want to say massive congratulations to you on a new milestone, 50K, man. Like, honestly,
big up to you, man. I love that. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, man.
Always, man. I've been a fan of your channel for a while now. I mean,
your audio's a bit crackly. Sorry to interrupt you there, bro.
No problem. Let me just try to put my earphones a minute.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, but I appreciate the love, man.
Can you?
Yeah, go for it. I can hear you now, man.
So well done on that. As well, I've been a fan of your channel for a while.
Still crackly, mate. Come in and out. I'll bring you back in. Sort it out and I'll bring you back in, mate.
Sure.
Appreciate it, man. Let's bring on Sue Gill. Oh, I don't know if it's not working there. King AB, we'll bring you on, mate. What are you telling me, bro?
Big up, Saeed.
How are you, bro? Everything all good?
I'm doing well, bro. I'm doing well. First and foremost, congratulations to the hardest working YouTuber in the game. Congratulations on the 50K, man. You deserve nothing but the best. That's just one milestone. The ladder is just starting to get climbed. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man. Come on, man. We're climbing ladders, man. That's what it's all about, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, bro.
Amen. So, I'll keep it simple. I can create a starting 11 off the top of players out of contract / should be sold. You know what I mean? It's simple. Henderson in goal to generate cash, like the previous caller said. Some of these are to generate cash because they have value in the market. Dean Henderson will get you some money. Sell him right back. It doesn't matter. Pick your poison. Sell one of the two. Neither one of them are good enough. Phil Jones should go. And if you ask me, Eric Bailly is already on the way out. So that's your center back pairing there as well. Tellez is probably going to go as well because Shaw is probably just going to stay, not based on anything other than, non-football related reasons. Match's already said he's going to go in the 6. Pogba's on a free. So that's 2 right there. Me personally, I'd sell one of the 2 of McTominay or Fred. I'd just like the right back situation. If you ask me, neither one of them are good enough. I'd sell McTominay, but it's probably the harder sell based on DNA and all that. So that's the midfield patterned up right there. Cavani's already on the way out. We can put Lingard on the right. We can put Martial on the left. If you ask me, I'd sell Rashford, but they're probably going to sell Martial. That's a starting 11 of out of contract and or players to generate cash straight away. And the funniest thing about it is, can they beat that other starting 11? Like, who's really taking the winning team photos? If you put that 11 against the other 11, it's kind of funny.
It is. It's true. That's the problem, though. Who can take this? I think Dean Henderson I think Tellers can be sold.
Mhm.
I think certain players. I think Rashford can be sold, but again, it just depends on whether United want to keep that DNA. But again, like I said to you, have they been playing well enough to be sold? That's the issue, isn't it? You know,
It's
have they
crazy.
played well enough? That's crazy, isn't it? When you think about it, like, you know, you actually have to play well to be sold.
Do you remember how Martial and Rashford's value was when there was no fans in the ground?
Yep.
So like
Yep.
that's the issue. It's the mentality of the team. Mentally, I think is their biggest weakness. And it's a lot easier to play football with nobody watching.
Yep.
And
True.
values tank. So before you let me go, let me just ask you one question,
Go for
if
it.
you don't mind.
Yeah.
So we're talking about these players, and obviously Eric Ten Hag has just come in. Here in the States, we have a saying, I don't know if you guys have it, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Or you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. On side A or B, it doesn't much matter. You know what I mean? What do you think is going to give? Because these players have down tools on a new level, and how they down tools previously got 2 or 3 managers fired.
Yeah,
So
I think it's down to Murto in terms of, you know, what kind of new foundations they've been setting out. If there's a new culture where it's the managers in control, and there's a new philosophy where, you know, we're not taking these kind of like moaning and groaning. It starts from the top. So if Murto and the guys at the top set a precedent, then there we could go from there. But again, there was no precedent for 2 or 3 years, or well, since Fergie's left. You know, let's be real.
Yeah,
You
since
know,
Gil
so I
and
hope
Fergie
there's
left.
a president. Yeah, I just hope there's a president say, right, we're going to follow this method and we're going to go from there, and then we can go forward as a football club. So it just depends on whether, you know, players adhere to that. If they don't, they can leave out the door, man, out the door, because we don't want you. Simple.
Exactly. Without that structure, I'm terrified of a disaster of a season. Without the top holding everything in place and holding everyone accountable, this can go so badly because these players cannot do what is being asked of them. So without the structure above to switch out the players or do whatever is needed to get ruthless, to get cutthroat, it is going to be real in the field. Like it's Ten Hag is going to say he's a character, he has a personality. If you can't do this, he's going to tell you to F off. And if he doesn't have the backing upstairs to reinforce what he's saying, these players are going to down tools again. And these players, I've never seen it where an entire fan base just doesn't like an entire set of players. I've never seen it like this before. So I'm just a little worried about that 10%, 20% chance that this can be a disaster if the structure at the top doesn't allow Eric Ten Hag to Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of looking at it, man. So we'll see. But big up to you, King KB, bro. Always love, man. Always on the channel. So big up to you, man. Salute, bro. Salute, man.
Every
big up
time.
to you, bro. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Big up to everybody who's still watching. Smash a like on the video if you're watching right now. We got Lesso, man. Lesso, it's been a while, man. Where you been at? Man?
Oh man, they have been having Wi-Fi problems, man, on my side with the whole network stuff. But yeah, man, big up and congratulations on the 50K, man. It's good to see,
man. Come on, man. I appreciate love for that, man. Thank you very much, bro. Yeah, man. Who do you want to sell them, man? Who needs to be sold? Which players need to be sold?
I think obviously the first one has to be Henderson, and then we can also look at Wan-Bissaka as well, Eric Bailly, Jones, Luke Shaw, Rashford, Martial, and then realistically, obviously, those are the people who can sell. And then you've got obviously the ones who are like the 6 who are out of, is it 6 or 7 who are out of contracts?
Yeah.
So you've got those and the ones we can sell as well. And then from then onwards, I think we should realistically get about 5 to 6 players, and maybe bring back a couple as well. Like I don't know if Pelestri is gonna be here next season, especially with our right wing situation. So we can bring back Ghana, Pelestri, and I just think the others can just go out on loan. You know, the other players should be going out on loan. So that's what I personally think with the players that are gonna leave, and what we're gonna do realistically. But yeah, man, what do you think?
Listen, I think for me, it can be realistic because I feel like for me, it's now or never in it to get the deadwood out. I think as much as we're buying players, I think it's as much as important that we're selling. That's why I wanted to concentrate today on selling and who the fan base wanted to see, you know, who wants to be sold. So that's why I wanted to concentrate on this today rather than keep, because I feel like with keep one, I think idealistically, yes, most players they can stay. But I think in terms of selling, we need to have an idea of selling now. We can't just be saying, "Oh, one more chance, one more chance." It's got to be. They've got to be moved on. So that's how I feel. You know.
Definitely. And then what I heard, the good things that I heard from Ten Hag, I think he might actually have the backing that we think he won't have. I think he will be given that authority to be able to move on players that he doesn't think they'll be there. You know, I heard people were going crazy about him saying Maguire's good and, you know, giving him praises and everything like that. But I feel like he's just saying it, obviously to save face. You know, you're not gonna go out there and say you don't want this guy or that guy. It's gonna affect the transfer price or, you know, moving him on completely. So you're going to protect the players that you don't want, you know, and that's a good way of going on about it. And I think there's gonna be a new structure as well in terms of the secrecy within the club. You see the way Ten Hag addressed the press, you know, telling them that I'm not going to disclose this, I'm not going to disclose that. So you're not going to be hearing anything. The leaks, I think they will get to the bottom of the leaks and everything. So yeah, man.
Absolutely,
we'll see how
absolutely. Yeah, it'll be interesting developments, man. Big up to you, Lesso, man. Always love, bro. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Let's bring on Brian. Is it Brian?
Yeah.
What you say? You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, not too bad, man. Yeah. Who needs to be sold, bro? Who needs to be sold?
So I'd start for Henderson. Wan-Bissaka, he's terrible.
Yeah.
Maguire, Jones. I'm not forgetting. I wouldn't sell left back because we can't sell everyone because we're going to need to buy a lot of positions. So I sell McTominay.
Yeah.
I sell Bruno.
Yeah.
I sell Bruno and keep Mata.
Mata's leaving though. Mata's already leaving.
Yeah, but I saw a report that he could potentially be staying. So.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
He's gonna speak to Ten Hag.
You want the experience. You want that experience.
Yeah. And because Donny's still here, so he can play in that position too. I'd only sell Martial if we can get Nkunku, but if we're getting Nunes, I'll keep Martial because I don't think he's good enough.
Okay.
Because he's more of a counter-attacking player, Nunes. Like most of his goals are him running in behind. So I wouldn't.
Okay.
And Rashford. Well, Rashford's got to go. He's one of the worst footballers I've seen play. Honestly, he's terrible.
Okay, fair enough, man. Big up to you, man. Brian, love for coming on, man.
I think so.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Let's bring on, is it Premier League? What does it say there? 1 second, brother. 1 second. Sorry, mate. What does it say? A Premier League?
Premier League Prime Time. That's just the name of my channel. Quickly, I was just hoping if you could shout out my channel, Premier League.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, mate.
Big up Premier League Prime Time, of course. It's a channel that I started back in September 2020, and because of people like yourself, Saeed, congratulations on the 50K.
Big up, man. Appreciate it, man.
Like, I've been a huge fan. I mean, ever since I saw you on United Stand, I'm just like, wow. I mean, this guy, he not only does he know what he's talking about. I mean, he's just real, and that's how I like to keep it. But I'm getting
man.
about who to sell. First off, the man who was given the captain's armband, who never should have been given it, and I'm not surprised that Ten Hag protected Maguire. Obviously, because if you say, that Maguire is terrible and whatnot, you're not going to be able to get any money or gather any revenue for him. So that was a very smart thing for him to do. Tellez, for me, has got to go. I mean, for me, people want to hate on Luke Shaw as much as they do. But for me, I've always said that Tellez defensively, you could get him. I mean, look at the Arsenal game. I mean, just Saka, absolute toast. Wan-Bissaka, for me, like, I've defended this guy for a long while, but he's really starting to bother me, I'm not going to lie. So if he goes, I won't be.
What's bothering you? What's bothering you about Wan-Bissaka?
And as I've said this for gosh knows how long, just his delivery going forward. Offensively, I've never had an issue with him, but for me, just the ability for him to go forward, it's just not good enough. McTominay, for me, he's got to go. Phil Jones. Andreas Pereira, I don't think anyone's mentioned him yet. please, he needs to go. I hope Flamingo buy him. Lindelof for me.
They can't buy him though, Flamingo. That's the problem. They've run out of money.
I know,
You know.
of course, because just like when what we said to West Ham last summer when they offered 20 million, but genius Ed Woodward said no, 25 for Jesse Lingard. I didn't get that whatsoever, even though he had a year left on his contract. And here's the thing: like Bruno Fernandes, he's had an awful season. Marcus Rashford, he's had an awful season. But for me, I want to see what they can do under Ten Hag. And Bruno's here to stay anyways. He signed a 5-year contract, regardless if I liked the way he's performed, liked the way he sat down and moaned and groaned at the referees anytime he doesn't get a decision his way. So, I mean, for me, he's here to stay. So, at the same time, you also have to think about he's here for the long term, right? For me, Henderson, he also has to go. I mean, for me, the only players that I can think that have a guaranteed spot in the starting lineup next year, David De Gea, Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo, and I guess Bruno Fernandes for me. Even though Bruno Fernandes, I can't tell if I'm watching Bruno Fernandes or if I'm watching Casper the Ghost on the pitch. I honestly can't tell. Because every time, I mean, I honestly, if I don't know, if my friends and I had, I don't know, a Halloween costume contest, if I dress up as Bruno Fernandes, I win the scariest ghost costume of the lot. Because guess what? I'll be an empty void just talking. And no one knows that I'm even there. I mean, that's from Bruno Fernandes this season. But, I mean, look, I want to see him do well. I really do. I want to see Marcus Rashford be given one more chance for me because I know there's a player in there. Everyone knows that there is a very good player, Marcus Rashford. I want to see what Ten Hag can do with Marcus Rashford. I want to see if he can't get it out of Marcus Rashford, then he should be moved on 110%. But for me, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, there's a few players that I always take notes on everything, but the players to bring in, Ndika from Frankfurt, the center back, wonderful player. I would love to see him come in. Obviously, Julian Timber from Ajax. It's very clear that we're in negotiations from him. Jed Spence, I think,
oh yeah, from Nottingham Forest, is it? Or is it the other
he's on
team?
loan for Middlesbrough at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
wonderful right back. Borna Sosa of Stuttgart. As a left back, I don't know if you would know of him or not. I think he's a phenomenal player. And then, obviously, like a midfielder. I mean, if we don't bring a midfielder and we have to put up with McFred for another year, I don't know if I'd watch United for this next season because I need Said. We need to see someone in our holding midfield desperately. So whether
Tell you what, 100%.
Calvin Phillips or whatnot, someone's on him there and a striker. Martial, he's another one that I also put in the Bruno and Rashford category. If Ten Hag wants to make use of him, sure, go ahead. I'm more than happy to see. Who knows? Some of these players I think he can definitely improve. Like, I'm not the biggest Lindelof fan, but I think that there are aspects in his game that Eric Ten Hag could see and say, okay, here are the positives, and then he can coach and make them better. So And one thing that I've always heard you say on United stand, which I cannot agree more, way back then, Lindelof, he's always been a decent squad player, and he should be a squad player. And for me, I agree with it. I mean, Said, you have so many things that we agree with. It's honestly, I mean, my guy, congratulations on the 50 grand. Thank you so much for having me. I
appreciate it. No, brilliant, man. Brilliant analysis, mate. Brilliant analysis. And make sure people to follow his account there, Premier League Prime Time. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, man. But big up to you, mate. What's your actual name, by the way? What's your actual name?
My name is Davis. My host name is Davi.
Big up to you, man.
Big up to you.
Love, man. Big up to you. Big up to Premier League Prime Time Television. Let's bring on the main man, James Dixon. James Dixon, what you say, mate? Unusual rest day for you there, mate. Unusual rest day.
I've already trained, mate. When you doing a CrossFit workout before?
Listen, mate, CrossFit, man. Honestly, man, that's the first time I've done it, and I don't think I'm going to do it again, man. I feel sick, man. I feel sick.
It is hard, mate. Last one I did, I was like in bed afterwards with the shakes. It's proper bad.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, man. But listen, what's proper bad is Man United at the minute, man.
Yeah.
We have a lot to do, man. We have a lot to do. Everybody's giving their opinion. Who you looking to sell, man? And you can be as honest as you want, because on this channel, we want honesty. So you can be as honest as you want, and nobody's going to judge you.
Fair play. Right. First things first, mate. Little Saeed from TUS hitting 50k, man. What's going
Big
on?
up, man.
What
Big
is
up, man.
going on? That's a lot of hot dogs from a lot of subscribers that are
Listen, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. Big up to you, man. Appreciate it, man.
Big, man. That's a big thing. So big. Well done for believing in yourself and carrying on with the channel and stuff. That's sick.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it, man.
Bad sell. Right. Controversial one. First off, Bruno Fernandes, mate.
What?
Seriously? I really would. I listen, I'd give him a chance under Ten Hag because we don't know how he's going to play, right? But at the end of the day, I don't see the style of football that Bruno Fernandes plays fitting in with the style of football that Ten Hag plays. And at United, especially under Ed Woodward, we have a history of losing money on players, left, right and centre. How much have we lost on Paul Pogba? Twice. Juve are going to get him twice for free. We pay 90 million for him. Bruno Fernandes has just signed a 5-year contract, which means he's worth a fair bit of money. He's probably one of the only players that we will be able to sell for a profit. I reckon he'd command 50, 60, 70 million.
Yeah.
Now, if he's not going to fit in a system of our new manager, our new long-term manager that's going to be here for 4 years, then why would we not try and get 50, 60, 70 million for him now rather than watch him suffer for 3-4 years and then walk away for 20 million, 10 million, or even 3 in 4 or 5 years? I just don't. And listen, I could be completely wrong. He could work under Ten Hag. He could flourish. He could be one of our best players. But the way he plays football at the moment does not fit the way that we think that Ten Hag plays football. So if we can recoup money, then I'm all for it, mate. And I'm not saying he's the worst player in our team. He's by far, far from the worst player in our team. But in terms of like who we can get value for, Dean Henderson's another one. I actually like Dean Henderson as a keeper. But if he's not going to push De Gea out of that number 1 spot and we can get 40 million from Newcastle, see you later, mate. Like straight out the door, 40 mil for a keeper. Like we can get a second choice keeper for next to nothing. We got Romero for free that time. Like we can find a keeper that suits the style of play, for much cheaper than that. And at the end of the day, like, is it going to be reinvested? Well, we never know with the Glazers, do we? But yeah, it's a way to free up money. I have it on really, really good word that Lingard's gone, gone.
Okay. Yeah. I heard something today as well.
So like literally someone very, very close. Hate to go on the leak thing, but he's done. He's gone. So he won't be here next season. That's guaranteed. And then other players, Wan-Bissaka, I just don't think he has a future at the club. And it's not for the reasons that other people do. It's not attacking. I have a problem with him defensively. And you can say all you want that, his tackling's great, but his tackling's great because his tackling has to be great because positionally he's woeful. He's absolutely woeful positionally, which is why he has to slide in all the time because he's never in the right position. So Wan-Bissaka has to go. One of the left backs has to go. Maguire, if we can get some kind of fee, 20, 30 mil, I'd snap your hand off. But is he going to go? Probably not. It'd be a big statement from Ten Hag. Really.
This is the problem. It's facts over feelings, isn't it? That's what Ten Hag has to do. He has to look at the basis. He has to look at the data. You know, the data that John Merton and them man say. He has to look at all of them and base it and say, you know what? I have to go with what fits my philosophy. So we're gonna see. Maybe he might adjust the back three for Maguire. You never know.
You might do, mate. And listen, like, again, I'm not saying, like, and people are going to disagree with me here. Maguire isn't an awful player. He was good at Leicester. He's been good in England. When you play a particular system, it can suit Maguire, and he looks okay. But unfortunately, he's not the person that we should be building the team around. So if he doesn't fit in with Ten Hag's plans and the formation he wants to play, then he should go. But again, it's about being ruthless, and is that going to happen? And it would set a big precedent. And I think Ten Hag is, even though he's going to be ruthless, he's also very astute and very aware of how he's going to be judged and treated. I don't know if you saw in the press conference, he went and introduced himself to each individual journalist, right? And that was after the whole his security guard shoving that Gary guy from Sky Sports, and he got a bit of flack about that. But he came in and introduced himself because he wants to create a good relationship, because he knows that if the media want you in shit at Man United, the media are going to get you in shit. They basically control, along with social media, they control fan opinion, because they can put out an agenda that just gets in people's heads and drives that agenda, mate. So he would be very smart to keep them on the side. Very smart.
Absolutely, mate. No, man, he spoke well, James. And keep it up, man. And we'll hopefully chat soon again, man.
We will, man. Keep crushing it, Saeed. Up in
Big up to you,
subscribers, down in weight, yeah?
Big up to you, man. That's it, man. That's it, man. Big up to you, man. Love, man. Love, man. Big up to you. Let's bring on Stephen. Stephen, are you there, bro?
Yeah, what's going on, Saeed, man?
Yes, man. You good, bro?
Yeah, how you doing? Well, congratulations on the 50K, by the way.
Come on, man. Love, man. Love. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
You're going to say...
what are you telling me?
Not much going to say. Who should we sell?
Oh, who needs to be sold for you? Not we, just you. Who do you think needs to be sold from this squad and we just sell him? Like James said, Bruno Fernandes. That's his opinion.
To me, yeah, I think all of that Bruno Fernandes is a bit of extreme because it's like, all right, cool. I don't know why you have energy for Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, somebody who's carried our season, who's carried the club for like 2.5 seasons. Yeah.
Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. Did he carry us, or was it the way that we play football? Because people could argue in that time Rashford was carrying us on all these players, but now it's a different way of playing. And have they been exposed?
Cool. Can I ask a question? What's the aim? What's the aim of football? To get the ball in the back of the net, right?
Yeah.
And how many times did Bruno Fernandes do that for us?
That's what I mean. I'm not discrediting him.
I feel like everyone wants to make these excuses of, is it the system that allowed him to play the way he did? I don't care whether it was like a turtle that made him play the way he did. The fact is he did, and he made us stay relevant and made us stay just above water as we got to this stage right now. I feel like there's a lot of players who haven't done nothing, piss poor. Like in all honesty, Rashford has not done anything. He has not done anything for this club. You won a Europa League, and you wasn't even a detrimental person in when we won that. If anything,
to be fair, he scored against Anderlecht. I think he scored against Anderlecht.
But if you realise who actually got us, there was Latin who dragged us all the way to the final. So
I'm Mkhitaryan. And
Mkhitaryan spazzed out towards the end, even though he was needy during the season. So it's like when everyone has all of this, we want to not necessarily protect him, but they don't talk about it. They always leave these English players out of the they should just be sold straight away. And I don't think it should be like that. Like even I was even going to say, like, before I even came off here, was like, if you see Jack Grealish's interview, when it was a good interview, innit? When they won the league and stuff, yeah. But the way these were talking, like, don't reach the top shelf, like a little joke. This guy got done for drink driving during lockdown, yeah. And you're just measly making a joke out of stuff like this. Players that haven't really done that much in a club that they've won something, but they haven't fulfilled the heights of £100 million. But then you get other players who, even though they're not necessarily, everyone doesn't like the stropping and stuff, he's still trying, actively trying. And if you see his stats, I know stats can be falling, but if you see his stats, he's still trying. Everyone loves Rashford. You try and show me if he's as influential as Bruno Fernandes and he's still whining. So I don't mind people saying let's get rid of him, because I agree. Like, if you went to get rid of him, I wouldn't be crying and upset. At the end of the day, he's no longer that exciting player no more. He's like, he should be performing at a certain level. Like, we're not going to get out of you now. So it's like, if he was to go, I wouldn't mind him, get good money for him. But is he the main person should be going? No, me personally, is Rashford, Telles, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka. They won't do it, but I'll say Scott McTominay. But yeah, Scott McTominay, Fred.
For me, he's high. He's high up on the list for me.
The thing is, the reason why they can't get rid of certain players, and I understand why, even though I want like Maguire to go, he won't go, because you can't just rip out. I know it's going to be a rebuild, but you can't just rip out a whole spine of a team. And if anything, Scott McTominay, the whole passionate merchant, youth player, it's a bit funny. And then obviously you've got the captain as well. Even though he shouldn't be captain, you've got the captain. It looks. If you looked at Ten Hag's press conference, I think he done so well to distance himself from this club. Like, even all the questions that they were asking, so like, do you think you should be challenging right now while Pep and Klopp will be here? He said, I don't see why not. But they tried to make it seem as in to say, when's it going to be a time frame? He kept making sure that reiterating this is a big job. And I think what we should have taken out of it is that for him to be successful, he needs to not necessarily sell all the players that we want to go from the club. He needs to get rid of the leaders of the cliques. And now I'm hearing that it's not even Harry Maguire. I don't want to start saying people's names on your channel before I get you in trouble, but certain English player that we all know is on big P's and not been performing, I think he's one of them. Bruno Fernandes, I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of them too. But I feel like some of these people, regardless of who we get in, like, everyone can say, we'll get rid of Maguire, or getting a new centre-back, getting a new winger, but Rashford is still here. Maybe, I don't know, Alanga's still here. Luke Shaw's still here. There's a couple other English players who are in that clique and maybe the leader of it and causing the bad apple. And if you leave something good enough with other people, it's just going to rot again. And it takes longer to fill out this process that we need to rebuild. So I feel like the main areas to concentrate in is, first of all, removing certain key parts that are no longer working anymore. Like they need complete, not repentance, that's something. You need to clean it and put a whole brand new one in here. So it's like, yeah, Maguire, for me personally, I'll tell him in the next 2 seasons, if they could do
Maguire.
something. Yeah. If they could.
Oh, okay.
If you could pull them off to Newcastle, I wouldn't mind. Me personally, everyone keeps illustrating the style of football that he wants to play and stuff. The way I look at it is, regardless of him, Manchester United in general don't play to his like strengths. Same thing as Jesse Lingard. He's not a rubbish player. Like I told you many times, I don't like the guy in it. Like,
I think that's the problem though at United though. It's a lot of players we need to play to his strength. It's about also them giving us, you know what I mean, adaptability, you know what I mean? Could play in multiple functions and multifaceted.
Before I agree with that to an extent, but before I go, I wanted to say, hopefully, this is how I think we can sell Rashford. Obviously, you've seen the whole madness with Mbappe now. The reason why I think we can sell Rashford now is, me personally, they need to replace Mbappe. They didn't get him. And there's only like 2 other wingers of this, not necessarily ability, but that's going to make headlines like, oh, they've done something. Because right now, it looks like they've just been patted in the face. So I have a feeling it's either Ousmane Dembele, and he's obviously never going to go to Real Madrid. Rashford's in the conversation, whether people in the comments want to grill me and think, oh, am I on crack or something? The guy's social media, everyone just keeps thinking social media has nothing in football. Social media is becoming a very high percentage in football right now. So this stuff actually matters. Just like that PSG centre mid, you haven't even seen him play. He has like 10 million followers. That is crazy. So Rashford is in the conversation. They could maybe opt in for like maybe a lower place like Pulisic and try raid Chelsea, but I don't see that happening. So me personally, I actually see Rashford maybe potentially going to Real Madrid. And it's all about socials there as well, kind of thing. So it seems a good fit. It seems a good fit.
If they bought Rashford, mate, I think football would end. But anyway, listen. Big up to you, bro. We'll chat again soon, broski. Love for that, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Let's bring on Sachin. Sachin, how are you, brother? You good?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Who do you want to sell?
Oh yeah. First, congrats on 50K. That's amazing.
Big up, man. Love, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people saying to sell Henderson. I think that's a good option, especially because we have Tom Heaton as well and De Gea. And then there's Maguire. I think he needs to be sold. There's I think Wan-Bissaka too. I think this season he's just been poor, and I think he just needs to go. And then Tellez too. McTominay for sure. I'm like fed up with him. Like I think like the guy cannot pass, the guy cannot defend, the guy cannot dribble. He has an occasional shot on him, but the guy is pretty much useless. People saying I've heard like mixed opinions on like selling or keeping Bruno. Honestly, the only thing is if we sell Bruno, I don't know who's going to replace him. That's the thing. So I think like keeping Bruno under Ten Hag and then maybe next season seeing if there's a better option. And then I think Rashford needs to go, sadly. And then Lingard, I think, needs to go. I think if both of those two guys get a fresh start on a new club, I think they can be very good at the new club. But at Man United, it's not really working out for them.
Fair enough, fair enough. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, Sachin, always for coming on, man.
Thank you, bro.
Big up. Love, man. Big up to everybody who's still watching, man. Please, guys, smash a like on the video. If you're watching right now and you haven't liked the video, please, guys, like the video. Let's bring on the brother. He spoke well last week, man. What are you saying, brother? You good?
I'm good, and congratulations for your 50K. That's a big one.
Big up, man. Appreciate it, man. Love, man.
I like to talk about leagues and sales, but I would like to start off with Solskjaer. Solskjaer wanted to play with a 4-3-3, right? But then he saw our players, and he was like, F off, mate. I can't play 4-3-3. I have to play 4-2-3-1, and that didn't suit us because we didn't have a ball playing center midfielder or someone like a good defensive midfielder. So the first thing that I would like to do is sell McTominay and bring on a good ball playing midfielder.
Yeah.
That's a priority for me because sales can be actually sorted out in different angles for me.
Mm.
The two angles are necessity and the second one is attitude. So out of necessity, I would love to sell McTominay. I would sell Telles, Aaron Van Bissaka, and Henderson, because Henderson we can get a good price now. Newcastle are interested, but we don't want a loan sign because we don't get anything out of it. Henderson will not replace the Gea anytime soon. We
Yeah.
need a quality goalkeeper. Yes, I agree that De Gea is very poor on ball, but
Mm.
I think we can work on that. But if it doesn't work out, we can sign a new goalkeeper maybe next year or maybe the season after. But the most important positions are the center field and the defensive field. So we need a fullback, uh, center
Which
back,
side?
and ball
Which
playing.
side fullback?
Actually, I would like to say both, but
Mm.
the important thing right now is right back because we don't have a great choice and great options there. Aaron Van Bissaka has been appalling this season, and Diego Dallo is, I can't say he's like good, but he's been average. But he also has put in very poor performance this season. Alex Telles had his like star matches or star moments, but I think he is overhyped because he puts in one or two tackles and celebrates like he won us the match. It's not how United play. We celebrate when we get a title. We don't celebrate for tackles and goals. We are
Facts.
we were the champions. We were the best team in Europe, and we want to get there, and we won't get there by these attitudes. The next player that I would love to sell this season, it could be controversial, but yeah, I'd like to sell Rashford. The main reason is his attitude. As we heard from the leaks from Samuel Luckett, and that Rashford I mean, Rashford was a toxic member in the dressing room. He was advised by the senior players that you should focus on a game and leave the things that are not in game like outside. But he didn't. He didn't do that.
Mm.
He wanted to keep it going how it was going. Like he wanted to have all his commercials and commercial stuffs intertwined with football. And if you're having a poor season, that is not going to happen, and that's not a right attitude for Manchester United. If you let's say if Roy Keane has a injury, he will push through it and he will play. But most of
Mm.
our players don't. If they have a slight knock, they will not play, and
Mm.
that is what made me feel sick this season. I would like to sell Bruno, not this season, but if possible next season, because I think Bruno is a player who was a very uh, good ball playing midfielder in his Porto days, like
Mm.
in his Portugal days. He used to play with a he used to play in with another center midfielder, and he used to take the ball. He used to do what a good midfielder has to do. Like he didn't go for adventurous passes and he didn't like Hollywood passes and those. He played a simple game, and that's what made us get him.
Mm.
And from the time he came to Manchester United, he has been appalling.
Mm.
He has tried to go for those Hollywood passes that worked under Solskjaer because we played a counter-attacking type football. But
Mm.
under Ten Hag, I think it won't work because Ten Hag likes to control the game. He wants to have 60 or 70% possession of the game. And having Bruno, I don't think we can have 60 or 70% possession of the game because every time Bruno gets ball in his feet, he wants to play a Hollywood pass, and
Yeah.
that's
Always.
wrong.
Always. Yeah.
It's
Mm.
always you. Whenever you see a match, you're like, "What the hell are you doing? Just keep the ball. Just keep the ball." He won't, and
Mm.
This is the reason we have. This is also a reason we have considered many goals, and we went about to like convert many of our half chances into goals. And the next thing that I want to talk is about the leaks. We heard that there are many leaks that are. We got many leaks yesterday, and the one that made me very sad was the one where certain player who played in a certain position was not happy because he was not chosen, and many players find the time that was given to Alanga astonishing. So we could probably find out who that was. I won't name him, but we know who it was.
We know it.
And
We know it. We know it. Yeah. Yeah.
it has been a disastrous season for him and
Absolutely.
many
Let's
people
hope.
as well.
Let's hope, man. Let's hope. But big up to you, Amrit, man. You spoke well, and hopefully we can speak soon, man. But big up to you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
sure.
your knowledge. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Let's bring on Lee. Lee, brother, what you telling me?
Congratulations, my brother.
Appreciate it, man. Love, man.
Next 2 months, 100K.
Come on, man. Come on.
Come on, my brother. Yeah, season is done. That's good.
Yeah. Listen,
Now,
it's relief. It's relief more than anything, man.
oh my goodness, I've never seen this before. Never seen this before. But yeah, I said the list already. Anderson, Pogba, love Martial. He needs to go. He's happy. Luke Shaw needs to go. McTominay shouldn't even be here. But with the obvious positions, right? The most, let's say, concerning position or the newer position that came up in the last end of the season is the fullbacks, right? We can raid. We don't need, as I said before, you can play with two older midfielders in the middle. It will work, but you don't. You would then be playing that position and defending all the time, right? So I really don't. Football has changed. I really don't like one defensive midfielder. I need two right side and left sided midfielder that can attack and shoot. Fred can't do that. Fred can't shoot to save him life, right? We can have Fred as a backup as a holding midfielder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can lead stay up, so it's been difficult to get Phillips. We can get Phillips as a starter in the team. Fullbacks. I look at Luke Ayling or Cash or all of these left or right backs. We're just building.
Cash is good.
Yeah, they are way better than what we have. You know what I mean? Even if it's for 3 years. You're on a 3-year contract. You know what I mean? Raid leads team, Luke Ayling. We hear Timbers coming in. We know all of these players. We know who's staying. Right? We know who should be staying. Right? But we know who needs to go. There's a number of players need to go. As I said before, Henderson, Maguire needs to go. Phil Jones, Bailly needs to go. McTominay needs to go. I said months ago, Rashford needs to go. It's just you can't. It's just no. So what position is he going to play? What is he? Is he a striker? Is he a forward? Is he a winger? Nobody knows. You know what I mean? And if we're not going to use the same Van Gaal mold to get the same players, buy one or two players to try to fit in a system or what's it. Just overall it and just overall it. Just get everything done now. I know that Ten Hag didn't want to throw the players under the bus, but bro, sometimes you have to do that. We want to win now. You know what I mean? He's out. Maguire is out. You know what I mean? Say this sort of stuff. The season's been terrible. Everyone knows that. You know what I mean? Get Timber in. It's these stuff we know. We need to happen. We need a proper striker. I don't care if it's Frankie de Jong or Jimenez. You know what I mean? We need a striker. Get Jimenez. You know what I mean? There are budget options out there. 200 mil. I don't think you can do it for 200 mil because Neto from Wolves is way better than Rashford for the past 2 years. They're not going to take 50 mil for him. They'll take more than that. Give Wan-Bissaka back. Get some deal, try to sell Wan-Bissaka trade to get some money for Luke Ayling or whoever. Try cut some deal, and these stuff should have been done. We're not gonna be. This next season is gonna be way harder for us with the big top teams because Haaland is coming. You know what I mean? We know that Klopp is not going to sit down. He's going to look for some edge to get over City. So we're just there wanting these. I don't want to call them dead weight because I know the psychology of football, right? You know, a player can be down, so on and so forth. You know, feel the press, he can score and whatnot. But you're just not good. Don't even want to use those words. You just need to just go. You know, it's like you're in a position of work and you're just sitting down and collecting a paycheck and not doing anything, you know, and then making excuses and deflecting excuses. All the right left back, I said before when he's coming in, raid Ajax team. Raid Ajax team, get Timber in, look at some English player, Calvin Phillips, Haaland, Cash, just get some Bruno Fernandes questionable. He has to play beside someone in the midfield, if that's the case. If you want to use a pivot or have an older midfielder like a Phillips or Fred to break up the play if there's a break or anything like that, but Bruno Fernandes have to be playing beside him. You know what I mean? We have two strikers. We can play Jimenez or Ronaldo or whatever. But they need to, you know, Sancho is a guaranteed position. Ilanga is a coming on and off. But everybody, I need to see like in between now and the January transfer window, I need to see maybe like 10 players coming in. Because we're gonna. It's really this is all.
I think the World Cup could be an option in terms of the World Cup. That could be an option as well because players from the World Cup. Yeah,
they're maybe waiting to see who's performing and so on and so forth. But you know, again, we've been doing that for how many years, my brother?
Exactly.
If I have money now, right, and I watch a stock market a lot, I follow the Manchester United, right? The dividend that you're getting back, right? This is the reason why I talk about with Norden on Twitter sometime. The dividends you're getting back. If I have say £1 million, right? I'm getting back like 10,000 pounds per dividend, like every 3 months, right? That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money for an investor to invest in in the club like that. Right? You have hundreds of thousands of millions of shares outstanding. You know what I'm saying? So even if I'm a fan and I like it, that means I have to take into consideration is losing money to invest in United, to say I have a position in Manchester United, to be able to tell you or whatever or anyone, tell my friends, hey, look, I have 100 million shares. It just doesn't make any sense because what we in now. You know what I mean? If the stock price that we are looking at these and this stuff and so on and so forth, we haven't been competing for years. I've been watching Tottenham for a while. I've been watching this season. I've been watching Crystal Palace, and I told you, you know what I mean? They're way better than us. Way better. Look for even if there's an issue with Calvin Phillips, get Gallagher from Crystal Palace. These are players that if we're gonna be in this mold of English players,
we need to get them. Yeah,
get out these dead players. Get
absolutely.
Get out.
Yeah, man. Lee,
big up.
It's been a pleasure. Big up to you, man. Love for coming on always, man. Big up to you, man. Big up, bro. Big up to you. Big up to Lee for coming on. Let's bring on Michael Bow, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, man. What's happening, bro?
Good. How are you, man?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Big up to everybody who's still waiting. I can see you in the background. I will be coming to you one by one.
I've been watching you since day one. You, Aaron, Rance.
Come on, man.
Everybody.
Love that. Love that, bro. Come on, man. Appreciate it, man.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it, man.
Let me start with selling. Let me start from the back. So Henderson has to go. We can get some money for Henderson. He has to go. Right back, Wan-Bissaka. I'm sorry. We should never bought him. Ollie, I don't know what his head was thinking at the time.
Did you watch the interview with I did with John Solarco? He was actually quite shocked that United came in for him. Because of his technical...
I don't remember that one a long time ago, but I probably did tune in, but we shouldn't have bought him. We shouldn't have, especially for that fee, because he's not even a British player, to be honest. With the tax, it's too much.
Yeah, exactly. You don't play for England.
You don't even play for
England.
English
so
tax. Why did we pay that much? It's way too much. Crystal Palace did a good one on us. Center backs, Jones got to go. That's first. Jones way over his stay. I'm happy for him that he came back. He fought for the club when he came for his couple appearances. Good for him, but he has to go. His time is up. Maguire, obviously. Maguire has to go. I don't know if they'll do it. It's a big move. I would take anything. I hope Ten Hag says to all these agents, take any offer. Lower your wages and just take any offer. I don't want you guys here. I want to start fresh. I hope that, but I don't see it happening. I want Bailly to stay. I like Bailly. I've always liked Bailly. He's been injured. That's the only issue. But when he's been playing under Jose and even under Oli, he gave it his all. He gave it his all. He tries. You know, I think he's a better center back than Maguire for sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
So, for sure. Then let me go left backs. Both of them need to go, but I don't see it happening. My opinion, I think both of them need to go. Telles is one-dimensional. Just crosses. He's not a bad defender, but he's not good. He's a little bit older. His better days in Porto, they're gone. Shaw's one of those British players, man. It's just always up and down. Shaw needs to go as well too, man. Like, there's been moments where that goal against Man City, just Moments FC again, man. Moments FC.
Facts. It's true,
it's
brother. Speak
moments. But
on it.
I've been keeping an eye on that young boy, Alvaro Fernandez.
Yeah, youth team player.
Fernandez. He's a left back. Maybe it's his time, give him some time because we're gonna be playing Europa. I don't want to see any senior players playing Europa. No offense. I don't want to see any of them because there's no point to play Europa. Today it's 5 years. 5 years since you won Europa with Jose Mourinho. 5 years. We lost against Villarreal. That was a terrible game. No game plan. It was terrible. We couldn't break down their defense. But still, I don't want to see any of these Man U players, top players, playing Europa because that's not where we belong. It's not.
Yep.
We don't belong in Europa.
Nope.
If you want, build up the youth, and the youth could go up. Now, midfield, Scott McTominay has to go. The passion, I love him. You know what? I can say one thing about Scott McTominay, one positive
passion.
He is on 20,000 a week. He's not getting paid big money. So I don't bash him. He's not getting paid big money. So that's why I don't bash McTominay. Honestly. Because he could have went and got a contract and got 100K if he wanted to a week. If he wanted to. But he didn't take the money. So that's why I don't bash Scott McTominay. Because the performance he's putting out for what he's getting paid for is respectable. It's respectable. But he has to go. So that's another guy midfield. Pogba's obviously leaving.
Yeah.
Free transfer. Lingard, I don't know if he's free transfer, is he?
Yeah, he's a free transfer. He's going as well. Yeah, he's going.
Rashford, man. Rashford needs to go, man. I'm sorry, man. Rashford.
Time to go now.
It's time to go, man. You never worked hard for the number 10. I'm sorry. You never earned it. These guys love their numbers. They like to pick their numbers and not think about what I have to do to get to it. Thank you for everything. I like what somebody said earlier. Real Madrid. You need a commercial player. You need commercial revenue. They these guys with the Instagram and Twitter and all this stuff. They need like a so-called social media star. You know what I mean? Quotation. So if Real Madrid wants to pull the trigger, send us 25, 30 mil, I'll take it, to be honest. I wouldn't even think twice. I'll take it. Get him out. Martial, you gotta go, man. Martial, you gotta go, man. I'm sorry. Martial, your attitude is very poor. You never change. People are telling you what to do, and you never change. I don't know what he's going on with his personal life. It doesn't matter. But on the pitch, you've done magic. I respect you. You're a technical baller. He's a baller. Martial's a baller, but time is done. He needs to go. I would keep Bruno, to be honest, because if you're gonna get out all these guys, you got to keep someone. Bruno FC. I know the style we played was different before than now, but I know he doesn't play for Portugal as much too, but he's got to go. But I just want to say ins. If we have ins, I just want to say ins. Leipzig's right back, Nordi Mukeli.
Mukeli, yeah.
Mukeli, I like him. Timber, I like Timber. I like him. Ajax center back. The other guy on RBC Leipzig, he's young. Gozogio, or I don't know. I don't know how I said his
I'm
name.
not sure if I've heard of
He's
that
20
one.
years old. He's Croatian.
Yeah.
He's good. He is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring in Dion. Whatever you gotta do, bring in Frankie Dion. Barca is gonna go after Lewandowski, so his wages are gonna be high. So they gotta pay wages
true.
some way.
They
Somehow.
gotta substitute the wages. Yeah.
They gotta substitute the wages. So man, you gotta get in there and get Dion.
Big up. Yeah,
Dion.
man.
And I want this player in big time. Christian Nkunku
from Leipzig.
has to come in. Manu has been big on buying Bundesliga player of the years. Kagawa, another one, Mkhitaryan. Who else? There's more. There's a lot more. I know there is. Jadon Sancho was player of the year. I think was he?
Yeah.
Was he Bundesliga player of the year? So
I think so. I'm not sure, but I think he was. I think he was the season before that. It could have been the season before that. I think.
Yeah, but I know it's notorious for Man U to buy a lot of Bundesliga player of the season. I think Sancho was, honestly. I think so. And the last one, Anthony. Get Anthony in, man. Get Anthony in. And one last thing. There's a couple guys on loan that need chances. Diallo needs a chance. Palsteri needs a chance. Ethan Laird needs a chance. I'll even give Gardner a chance. James Gardner.
Yeah.
I give a lot of guys who've been on loan a chance. Axel, I don't know. He had a terrible loan spell at Napoli. I don't know. He's still young. I don't know, but that's all I can really say.
We'll see, man.
But
big up to you, man. Big up.
I would the old classic saying, these players are rubbish.
Sell them all. Yeah, man.
Rubbish.
Love, bro. Love, man.
Man.
Each and every time, man. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. I want to get through to everybody as soon as I can, people. You know what I mean? I can see you all in the background. Let's bring on Josiah. Josiah, what are you saying, bro? You good?
Bro, can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. You telling me?
I'm good. So basically, I'm saying that we keep the goalkeeper because De Gea is probably the best goalkeeper like we've ever had.
Yeah.
Let's go to the centre backs now. Cool. I was thinking, when you were saying about Maguire now, I think he definitely has to go for sure. But the thing is, are the Glazers gonna get rid of him? Because then it will look like they've made a mistake, and will they really want to have that on their head? Or we spent 80 million on a flop? So I'm like, two minds. Lindelof, I think he'll be a good backup option, but not a first team starter for sure. But Eric Bailly, I would love for him to stay, but he's just so injury prone. What can you do when you have
not reliable? Yeah.
Reliable. All right, cool. Our fullbacks now. I thought for Wan-Bissaka, I thought for him, like he's one-on-one the best. Like you can't.
Are you from South London? Are you from South London?
How do you know? But yeah, man's from South.
That's it, man. You gotta protect your people, man. But big up, go on.
But yeah, basically, Wan-Bissaka, like obviously you can't really beat him, but he's just, I don't know how to describe it. He's just one of them ones there where he has to go in. He's not technically the best forward. So.
No. He used to be a winger as well. So right back for me, he's not good at a right back. You know what I mean? That's the problem, isn't it? You know what I mean?
And then our left back option. People will say we forget that Luke Shaw. Wait, we forget. Look at Luke Shaw in the Euros. We forget about Luke Shaw in the Euros. He scored that goal. Luke Shaw on his day is probably look Shawberto Carlos when we were saying that about Shaw the other day. So that's what people were saying about Shaw the other day, and then now he's supposedly one of the worst left backs.
But do you not think that's the way kind of it's with Shaw, innit? It's just not consistent. That's the problem. He's not consistent enough.
Consistency is key, but then I feel like in our fan base, we feel like people will go on a run and then we think they're the best player ever. So
facts, true.
True,
man.
Tellers, I don't know why he signed it. That was a panic buy for sure. That was
100% panic buy. 100%.
That was a panic buy. I could just get to our midfield. With Pogba now, that one there is going to hurt me, him leaving, because he's on his day. He's one of the best players in the world. But for me, I've realized that he needs to go because the English media, they just slate him for no reason. If you look at this, I've seen, like, let me give you an example. Kevin De Bruyne has had bad games, and people do not slate him the way Pogba gets slated. Pogba will have one bad game, and then he just gets slated by the whole media. So if I was him, I wouldn't mind. I would leave as well. Fred, good backup option. McTominay, yeah, he has to go. He's just a passion merchant. I wouldn't really keep him. Rashford now, I think I would like him to stay, but He's one of them ones there where under Ten Hag, is he gonna want to play? Like, will he get the best out of him? We don't know yet. Then, if you look at Anthony Elanga, do you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Rashford when he first came. Because what will happen is, what's happened? The players have found out Rashford. They found out that his speed. Look at Elanga; he's very fast on the thing. We have to see his development. When he grows up, they find him out. So he's another iffy one. And bringing in players, I would say what Ten Hag needs to not do is get in the mind of, look at all the Dutch players all of his Dutch players into our league, because it's not. You think they're gonna come in and straight away boss the Premier League? Because the Premier League is, look at Van der Beek. Van der Beek came in straight away. He had to bowl cut all of these and look, all the players. Have you realised that when players come to Man United, they put on weight? Like they literally put weight. They have to put on weight. So that's really.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Josiah, innit, man? Big up to you for coming on, bro.
Bye, bro.
Come on, my love. Let's bring on Kevin. Kevin, you good, bro?
Can you hear me now, bro?
Yeah, lift the thing a bit up so I can see you.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, man. Big up to you.
Using my phone now, sorry.
Yeah, no worries, man. Who needs to go, bro? Man?
I actually wrote down all in the list. Actually, I was actually doing a random United summer overhaul. I actually wrote down the list of players I want to be sold. I actually wrote down 24 players that should be sold.
Wow.
But
obviously,
I don't
try and narrow it down realistically.
Yeah.
Try and narrow it down realistically.
So first of all, Dean Henderson has to go. Dean Henderson for me, because he's also one of those guys that he spreads toxicity in the dressing room. I think his attitude is a bit off. Lee Grant, I don't know what he's doing here. He's just earning wages for free. I think he should go. Tom Heaton, I think I changed my mind on that. I think he should stay. He's as a backup goalkeeper. I think he's all right. I'd sell Eric Bailly. I actually like Eric Bailly. As a defender, I think he's class, but he's too reckless and he's injury prone. My only issue is he can't stay healthy. If he was healthy, for sure I'd keep him. I think he'd be a great center back alongside Varane next season. Phil Jones, yeah, he's done. Harry Maguire is the most obvious one for me. And our fullbacks, I really have a problem with. Our fullbacks are just not good enough. I don't rate Dalot. I don't rate Luke Shaw. I do not rate Alex Telles and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I did give him I did defend him for a little while. Like I said, you know what? Give him another chance. But then his positioning yet again, just that's it for me. And Brandon Williams, Axel Tuanzebe, I think they're not that good enough. I think Brandon Williams, you could say maybe he might get another chance, but Tuanzebe, I don't think he's that good. Midfield, Pogba's gone. Mata's, you know what? People might not agree with me, but I would give Mata another year, because let's say he's the type of guy that his attitude in the dressing room has really helped us in a way over the years. He's one of the nicest football players out there you could find. He's a leader. He's an inspiration to many players, and he's Premier League. He's played well in the Premier League. Been back-to-back player of the season for Chelsea. Come to United, it's not really worked out fully, but you know what? It's the leadership and the mentality is there. He wants to play for this badge. When he's come on this season, you've seen he's flying to tackles. He's won the ball back. He's trying everything he possibly can. And you know what? That's the type of player I want at Man United. Even if he's not at the age anymore, I still think maybe give him another chance. Obviously, Lingard, Pereira, and Bruno Fernandes, I'd maybe give a little bit more time under Ten Hag. If he doesn't perform under Ten Hag, I think he has to go. McTominay, I really can't stand him. I really can't stand McTominay. I think he's not that good. And let's move on to the forwards. Martial, Rashford, Cavani, and Thais Jong should go. But I don't know. Ronaldo, I want him to go and win for his career. He's getting old. He doesn't have much time left. He has to, at least let him go and win at the highest level before he before he's out of his prime. So he's out of his prime right now. But I mean, he's like he can't do it anymore. So his legs are gone until maybe he has to retire.
Fair enough.
I'd maybe let him go. Not for my sake. I want him to win. I want him to
Yeah,
be at
yeah.
United. But for his sake, I want him to go and win. It's not saying he's deadwood. I think he has to go like as like the United thing. He just sell him because he's deadwood. I just think for him to go and win would be easier. But yeah,
okay, fair enough.
As well as United this season. Sorry I didn't join last week. By the way, I if you don't mind, I can answer the question from last week as well.
Yeah, go for it.
The problem Ten Hag will face at Man United is backing, toxic environment, and the culture as well. Because at the same time, you need to be backed. You need to you need to have the fans on your side. Everyone has to ride with you. Everyone has to. The board has to back you. Now I'm hearing Paul Mitchell has rejected us today, which is I'm absolutely gutted, bro. Like honestly, I just saw Fabrizio Romano tweet that, and I was gutted. Now who are we gonna get into a sporting director role? I don't like John Murtough. I don't like Richard Arnold. I don't think he's good. I don't think they're good enough. We need to clear out the board as well, man. Still, a lot of work needs to be done with the board, the scouting network, and so on. For me, Ten Hag also has to fix the culture because the culture at United is a toxic environment at the moment.
Yeah,
Man.
It needs addressing.
It needs addressing, and we need to hire someone who can come in and fix the culture at United. Ten Hag's not going to be the one that fixes it. I think because you know how I don't know about this Arsenal thing, but apparently Arsenal has someone who fixes the culture, which I just find that hilarious. But in a way, you know what? If it works, it works. And also, he needs to change the. He has to clear out the what do you call it, the players. Some players that don't want to be here. The aim of an elite sport is to win, and if you have no ambition to be here to want to win, leave. You're not you're not Man United worthy. Manchester United worthy is to want to win the aim of an elite sport is to win to be at the highest level, to win the league title. And if you don't want to win the league title, you're not Man United quality. And I think it's time. I think it's time to move some of those players on and move forward. Hopefully, I hear more positive news about United. Hopefully
we all hope,
more.
man. Hopefully we all do, man. But
hopefully,
hi, Kevin. Big up to you for coming on, man. I appreciate you coming on and giving your
congrats
say,
on 50K again, man. Congrats again.
Big up to you, man. Always love, man. Love to you, man. Big up to everybody who's still watching. Please, guys, smash a like on the video. I'm gonna get the rest of the people on: Maureen, Brian, Grady, Chiwa, Abdi, Rahman. Yeah, I'm gonna get you all on one by one. So please be patient. Let's bring on Morini. Morini, is it? Are you there, brother?
Hey, Said, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. So where you from, bro?
Congratulations on the 53.
Big up to you, man. I appreciate it, man.
I'm from Togo, West Africa.
Big up to you, man. Big up to you, bro.
No problem.
Who needs to go? Who needs to go for you? Who needs to be sold?
Well, I would divide the team. I would divide them in like 3 categories of what they cannot do, right? So we have the ones that are not athletic, enough to play at this level or play to this system. We have the ones that don't have the intellectual ability or the brains. And then we have the ones that don't have the brains. And then we have the third category, and those are the ones that don't have the ability. So you have to keep in mind that there are players that fit in all 3 categories, okay? So off the bat, Harry Maguire gotta go, okay? Because he cannot defend. He doesn't have the athleticism to play a high line. So he is the first one for me. And then we move to the next phase of play. McTominay. Yeah, I don't actually understand how he ended up being a midfielder. Because if you take Sir Alex Ferguson's bias and Jose Mourinho's opinion, and you fuse it together, you get the aberration that McTominay is, okay? So he gotta go. And the next phase of play for me will be Bruno Bruno have to go too. Because for me personally, it defies logic how he became a professional footballer. He does not have the fundamentals. Okay, he have an elusive first touch. His passes are either on the heat, overheat, or don't make sense at all. So he does not even have the prerequisite to play a midfield. So I don't know. For me, he have to go. And the fourth person I'll point to, it might be a little controversial. That will be Ronaldo, right?
Okay,
So
why?
the reason for that, yeah, everybody will say, yeah, Ronaldo bring goal and all that. Yeah, what's the point, right? He scored all those goals. We still end up with a goal differential of 0. Yeah, of course, he's not playing
Is
in
that his fault
defense.
though? Is that his
Yeah,
fault?
but
Do you
that's
reckon?
what people say. But football is a game of cohesion, right? So the defense have to be in sync with the midfield. That have to be in sync with the attack. So it's easy to say somebody is losing the ball, somebody is scoring the goal at the front, but if the person is not pressing from the front, or if the person is not doing the basic fundamental of keeping the ball and relieving pressure off the midfield and the defense, the whole team is affected. So for me, it's not only his goal contribution, it's also the fact that he's a little bit unruly. Okay, at the level he is right now, you want Ten Hag to start a rebuild, to have a clean slate and be able to reprogram these guys. You don't need a grown-ass man that is throwing tantrum in the mix. That's why, for me, he needs to go. So apart from those 4, those are my main choices. We also have some players like Rashford that can be, maybe they can be reprogrammed depending on, how big their ego is. Martial can also be reprogrammed. I know he's probably depressed right now because he have a lot of things
Got a
going
lot
on.
of injury record as well. Big injury
Yeah.
record is getting Martial now. It's a lot of
But
baggage.
he should be, the injury record thing, there is a myth about injury record, right? Different coaches handle injury record differently. You might see some players getting injured under a coach, and under another coach, you never heard them getting injured. So it depends on how everybody handles this situation. So Wan-Bissaka, yes, his fundamentals are not good, but I believe there is a Premier League athlete in there. So, maybe he can work, at least he can defend. So for me, that's the people I see have to go. The main 4 for me is Harry Maguire, McTominay, Bruno, and Ronaldo. And that's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, brilliant. Brilliant, man. I appreciate you coming on, bro. Love every time, brother. I appreciate
no
it, bro.
problem, Frank. Congrats for
Come
the
on,
50K.
Love, man. Big up to you from Togo, man. Big up to you, man. Let's bring on Grady, and then we're going to bring on Chiwa and then Brian. And then I'm going to bring somebody who's back in the back as well. So let's bring on Chiwa. Chiwa, how are you?
That was Grady.
Sorry, Grady.
Oh,
Grady.
man.
Can you go a
That's
bit
no
light?
good.
I can't see you, bro. Could you put light on, or you know what I mean? Come on, man. You got the light there, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean, brother? Yeah, at least go with the light. Yeah, that's it.
Is that good? All right, cool.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Go on.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, man. I can't lie to you. You just got to be realistic. I don't think we can get rid of like a lot of players, but like I would say we have to get rid of Maguire. But at the same time, I think it's gonna be. It won't happen because due to the board, they don't want to hold that embarrassment in it. They don't want to hold that corn from the football universe. You know what I'm saying? Because you've wasted 85 million on man, and to think about it, yeah, we could have got Koulibaly, bro.
Bro, I did say it 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I was screaming Koulibaly from day, but you get
one.
Maguire. As soon as I heard Maguire came to United, I was like, yo, that really just it just made me upset, man. I was like, nah, man, come on. Seriously, that's just bad investment, right there. But another player, I would have to say, man, Bruno, man, I can't lie. Bruno has to
Everyone's
go.
saying Bruno now. Why is everyone turning on Bruno? What's going on? What do you don't like about Bruno Fernandes? What's pissing you off about Bruno Fernandes?
It's just like I'm the type of guy that like I'm very like I'm not like nostalgic, but I like the way football is. I don't care if like to be honest, I don't really care about the stats in it. Stats are just like people stat padding and all of that, yeah, like actually papers over the cracks. So for me, when I look at Bruno, technically he is not great. I have to be honest. Like there's certain fundamentals that he's got, yeah, that like certain youth players that have better technical abilities than him and football IQ, to be honest. But I feel as though with him, yeah, he's just like, he just huffs and puffs and, doesn't bring a lot to the team, man. Loses the ball, loses possession a lot as well. And I'm not a big fan of him, to be honest, man. And like all the penalties that he's been scoring was just papering over the cracks and just, justifying how, Ollie's good or whatever. And to be honest, I'll blame that on Ollie because this guy, he was just, that guy was just clueless, man. How you just buying, throwing money to players like Bruno, yet you haven't really watched him play, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it's true. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you deep it, it's mad, bro. It's actually mad.
Yeah, man. Nah, definitely.
But yeah.
Another player.
Nah, man. Go on.
Yeah. I think another player I would have to say that needs to go. Man, it has to be Rashford, man. To be honest, I've said this to my mates before, and I see Rashford's going to end up in a club like Everton. I'll be honest with you. Like, he's that type of player. Like, in terms of the level, the standard, he's like an Everton type of player, man, and like mid-table type of player, I would say. But with him, it's just disappointing, man. To be honest, man, because the way he is, man, it's just like, especially like with this whole social. It's like, even though like it's good that he's doing like other things, other endeavors, like doing good causes, like free school dinners and that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same
pitch,
time,
man, on the pitch, not doing anything, man.
You gotta realize that your main job is your football player, man, and like for him playing right, I can't lie, I think he's been dead for years, man, for 3 years now. He hasn't been actually performing like that to that standard, man, and like the wages that he's on, like it doesn't justify anything. But you know what? I might just take that back, but I'm unconvinced with Rashford. Maybe maybe Ten Hag can actually give him new life or something. We'll see, but I don't know. Most likely,
yeah, man. Time will tell, bro. But big up to you, Grady, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, bro. Love for that,
So
man.
good. Love,
Come on, man. Big up to you, man. Let's bring on Chiwa, and then we're gonna bring on Brian, and then we're gonna bring on Habi Abdirahman as well. So let's bring on Chiwa. Chiwa, you good, bro? You're on mute, brother. You're on mute. Your sound's not working. I can't hear you, bro. Should I come back to you? Yeah, I can't hear you, brother. Is that just me or? Yeah, I'll come back to you, bro. Brian, did you hear that, Brian?
No, I didn't hear a word. No, what he was saying. Congratulations on 50K, Saeed.
Big up, man. I appreciate you, man. Love for that.
Yeah. Last time I was on, I was saying I wanted this man in charge, Eric Ten Hag. Now it's time for him to be ruthless as a manager. And what he needs to do, what he needs to get done, right? The board get out of his way. Let him do what he needs to get done. Now, saying that, players I want to see gone. Apparently, 99.9% of this freaking team can go.
Yeah, well,
the only two players I want to keep is De Gea and Ronaldo. Tell you the truth, they're the only two freaking players I would, in that first team, right? In that first team, I would keep Alanga. I think he's, right. But for me, he He should be a squad player. He should have been nowhere near. Like, he should have been coming on last 15 minutes of games, last 10 minutes of games. He should have been nowhere near the first team squad. Okay, Henderson can go. Alex Telles can go. Luke Shaw can go. All the fullbacks. Danlo can go. Wan-Bissaka can go for me. Harry Maguire. Get him out of my club. Get that man out of my freaking club. I don't want to curse. Get that man out of my club. Right? Lindelof can go. Love by injury prone, undependable. We can't. We just can't depend on him. McFred can go. Both of them can freaking go. Not good enough to play for. Neither man is good enough to play for Manchester United, and that's the freaking problem, right? We've been talking about guys with, there was a guy 2 corners ago. He was talking about brains, techniques, and they they don't have those attributes. What does that say about our scouting department? What does that say about our recruitment? Right? Right. I watched the United Crystal Palace game, and I just couldn't wait for the final whistle. And it was that game just dragged on and dragged on and
I wasn't even concentrated on that game, to be honest with you. I was thinking about the City game.
Yeah, right. But that game for me just dragged on and on and on and right. I couldn't wait for it to get over. You know what I mean? Like, it was at that point, right? The whole freaking team can go by Ronaldo and De Gea, and they're 2 older players. But here's the thing: who's going to come in to replace them? Because everybody has their own shopping list. Everybody has their own idea who they want to come in. Left back, I'd love to see Wellington Dano or Marino, Atletico Marino in Brazil. He's a 21-year-old left back. Very good, very good, very skillful, good going forward. Defensively, maybe not the best, but I think that could be taught. But he's very quick, and he's got a great cross on him. I like him a lot. I watch a lot of Brazilian football. That's that's probably my second league. But yeah, no, there's
man. It's a lot of work to do, man. It's a lot of work to do, Brian.
The work has to get done, and it's crazy. It's just crazy the mess we are in. And here, what that guy was saying, Rashford playing for a mid-card team and all that there, he can go as well. Rashford can go, the whole, Martial can go at this point. I don't really give a shit. The whole lot can go. Right? But what he was saying, he playing for a mid-table team like an Everton or all that there, right? We're closer to the mid-table than we are to top.
Yeah. There you go, man.
You know what I mean? I hate saying that, right? But people were celebrating games we won this season. I'm like, why are we celebrating? How many fucking titles have we won? Sorry for curse. I'll do this, right? How many titles have we won? Right? That's when I celebrate. Under Ferguson, that's when when that title was secured. Right? Not because we won a few games. And that's what's wrong with this United. I don't get overhyped with a couple of good victories or a couple of good performances. Right? I'll judge Ten Hag at the end of the season what he's done and maybe progression, how he wants to play, right? If I could see a style football and, a different attitude of these players, because the minimum these players should give us is 100%.
Minimum.
Never mind the technical ability, right? If you don't have the technical ability, work your ass off. That's the minimum, right? To play football at my local team down here, minimum is 100%. To play for Manchester United, right? That should be the total little bit of minimum. I expect more than that. I expected more than this, and it's been shite.
Absolutely. Brian, it's been a pleasure, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. And thanks for waiting, man. I know you waited a long time. So
no worries, Saeed. And congratulations on 50K, and let's get it to 100.
Everyone, that's the aim, man. That's the aim. 100%, people. Big up to you, man.
Let's get to a million. Let's get to a mil.
Yeah, well, listen, big up to you, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Let's bring on Chiwa. Chiwa, let's see if it's working now for you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, that's it, man. We can hear you now, man. How
All
are you,
right,
brother?
man. I'm all right, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Where you from, man?
I'm from Zimbabwe, but I live in Canada right now.
Ah, big up to you, man. Big up Zimbabwe, man.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man, can you go get us Jonathan David, man? You know what I mean?
I don't
Good
think that's
striker,
gonna.
man.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But hey,
Yeah.
do you think he's a good striker though? I don't. Yo,
I think he's rising. I think he's growing.
I mean,
I think he's on the up.
I think he's okay where he's at. I think people should just leave him alone over there, man.
All right.
I think that's his league. I think that's his league. I mean,
okay.
He took Canada to the World Cup, so maybe 2 cents on that one. But for me, not for United, man. Not for United still.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough, man. You know him more than me, so big up to you, man. But
no, I
like
don't
said,
really
Man
know him
United-
that much, but I'm just like the games that I watched him play, and then I look at it like, can he actually fit in a United? I'm like, nah. We need more than that. I mean, he can do the job, but we need more than that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. In terms of Man United, who should we sell? Who do you want selling? Not me. Who do you want selling?
My number one will be Rashford.
Yeah.
He gotta go.
Why?
Like for me, the way I look at it is like, he's our youth player, right? He's somebody who's supposed to understand Manchester United top to bottom, right? He's supposed, no matter what's happening, he's one of the people we should, as fans, we should be looking at and say, you are playing for the badge no matter what, right? And then when I take a look at the last 2 games or so, or whatever games that he has played this season, this man can't be bothered. If you cannot even pass the eye test for me to say at least you are trying, then why are you here? Rashford is not doing it. I don't know if it's this foundation thing that's going on, but it's a good thing he's doing it. But boy, we need some performances on the pitch, boy. He is supposed to be I don't care how young he might look in the team. He's supposed to be the one who says, this is Manchester United. We got to pull our sleeves up. We got to at least put on a performance. The last game I watched this boy play, he couldn't even bother running, fam. The boy was walking. I know most people say Wan-Bissaka needs to go. I will tell you this right now. I will accept Wan-Bissaka staying because I know when he gets on the pitch, he's going to give me everything he has. I know he's not good.
Is that enough, though? Just giving what you got?
It's not that it's enough. At this moment in time, in this season that we just finished, that's all I'm asking for. Everything went to shit. Everything went to shit. And what I'm asking for is give me whatever you have to show me that you care at the very least. Some of these boys showed none of that. So how can I sit here as a fan and say, maybe Ten Hag can give you a shot? You don't deserve one because you didn't give me a chance to even say you deserve one. So for me, Rashford at the very least is my first one. As for Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't know if I could have came to your channel like, I don't know, maybe the start of this season, I could have told you what I think. Ronaldo should have never been here.
Oh.
That's how I feel. Ronaldo should have never came.
What about
to
after
our
analyzing
club.
it? After
analyzing it, he came, Ronaldo did his thing. Due to the circumstances, Ronaldo did his thing. So for that, big ups to him. You can tell what it means to him. This
is there a but after that?
Is there what I'm.
Is there a but after that? But you still want him to be sold, or you still want to keep him?
For me, I think for now he can stay, just to steady the ship, just to make sure whoever is coming in is going to be putting them in line. Because right now we don't have a leader. Harry Maguire, come on. Where do I start? Where do I start, fam? Come on.
Harry Maguire.
Come on. these people gotta go. I mean, if it were to me, if I had the money, I would replace the whole first 11, bro. Because these guys this season, they did not show me anything to say you deserve to wear the shirt. Not to even be at the training ground, bro. Just to wear the shirt, they don't deserve it. And they showed us this season that they do not care at all. That Brighton game, he told me what I already knew, like by October last year. I knew we are not making top 4. And when I said it, I went to another stream. I said it. I was like, we are not making top 4. People were laughing at me, bro. As for me, like, I really like, I've never missed a game for United, bro. Never missed a game, right? But there were some points this season I felt like, what's the point?
You lost hope.
What's the point? And whenever I look, like, this is how bad it came to me. I'll watch the game, right? And then I'll just leave and maybe like go do some other thing. And then the moment I take a look at my phone is just to see what like the score is, guess who scores first? The opponent always scores first. Why? Why?
They're just bad.
It's just the way it was all season. Like, for United to score, you'd be like, how the fuck did we even score that? We have come to that point where we have to ask ourselves, how the hell did we even score today? That's how bad the situation is, bro. And that's not acceptable, bro.
Absolutely.
So for me, everybody gotta go. But I understand you cannot sell 11 players in one window. You cannot bring in 11 players in one window. So I guess we gotta have to keep some of this bullshit and just hope and pray Eric Ten Hag can say, you know what? This is how I want it. You see that you give it to me or not, or get the hell out of here.
Absolutely.
I think for me, Ten Hag really, really does need to put his foot down. As for the Glazers, I will give him this suggestion right here. If you don't want to sell United, go to your office and chill in there and don't come outside. Enjoy your money and don't come outside. When it comes to football matters, let football people do the football talking and you just keep your mouth shut. That's pretty much it. Because right now, I feel like the players that we buy, it's like, who's going to sell more shirts this season? That's how I look at it. If I take a look at the Cristiano Ronaldo move, was he really here for sporting reasons or was he here to sell some shirts?
There
if
you go.
Look at it, if you look at the season as a whole, it looks like you just came here to sell some shirts. But Cristiano Ronaldo is just a different beast. Cristiano Ronaldo came here to do the business for us. But he has no support to take him all the way. You could have got himself a golden boot this season. With the shit team that we have, how many goals did he score in all competitions? So we cannot. As much as I would have chosen not to bring Cristiano Ronaldo here. At the end of the day, the man came here and did his thing, bro. So I cannot sit here and say you got to leave this season. No, now you got to stay. But the rest, you got to go.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
how I see it, my man.
Big up to you, Chiwa, man. You spoke well, man. Have you got a channel or something, or do you have a football channel?
I have a gaming channel, bro. Just in case your people wants to go ahead and relax your mind and get away from Manchester United for a little bit. My channel is Mr. Dilly.
Mr. Dilly.
Mr. Dilly.
Mr. Dilly. Spell it out for them. Spell it out for them.
It's Mr.DLLY.
ELY. Big up to you, man.
Thank you so much,
bro. Appreciate you coming on, man. Good insight,
like what
man.
I say, if you want to go ahead and relax your mind, I play a lot of GTA 5, a lot of mods on GTA 5, some FIFA too. If you want to go ahead and enjoy some of that, I'm your boy.
Big up, man.
Man. Thank you. Hopefully I'll come back.
Yeah, man. We come every week. We got this calling show, so make sure you come back again, man.
I always try to come back. I'll probably come back with a different name. I just changed it right now, actually.
All right. Okay.
Came in, but Thank you so
enough,
much,
man.
my man. Thank you.
Anytime, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Let's bring on Abdurrahman. Then we're gonna bring on Hammer, Habi. Then we got Eddie G in the back as well. We'll bring these all on. Let's bring on Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, what you saying, bro? You good?
I'm okay, bro. How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Who needs to go, bro? Who needs to go?
Yeah. Before I mention who needs to go, I just wanna give you a little set. Now I like set, and I think you'll
Yeah.
find this one very funny.
Okay, we already hate you. Your voice is low, bro.
Okay.
Can you make
Okay,
it a bit
sure.
more louder? I'll come back to you if you want.
Wait. I'll just take off the ear. How about now?
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect, bro.
Can you hear me now, bro?
Yeah. Perfect, bro. Perfect.
But I can't hear you. You can come back to me. I can't hear you.
Okay. I'll come back to you. Let's bring on Habi. Habi, come on, man. Take the mask off, man. Yeah, man. Take that mask off, man. You're inside, man. What you say, bro? You good?
My bad, bro. I'm at work. I'm chilling, bro.
Can
I'm
you hear me?
chilling. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go on. Now you're back.
All right, sweet, man. All right, man. So, yeah, man, we're in a sticky situation because lots of players got to get shifted, man. Like, there's no doubt about it, bro. We need fullbacks, we need midfielders, we need center halves, we need forwards, we need the whole lot, man. So, I say we start by getting rid of Tellez first. Alex Tellez has to go for me, man. Like we brought him in to be like an offensive fullback, and he's been absolutely dreadful, man. He's been a liability at the back, in my opinion, as well as Lindelof. He's still around. I don't know why. He's probably the softest center half we got, and yeah, of course Maguire has to go. But the thing is with Maguire, he's going to be the toughest one to move because the club will feel like they've taken a loss on him. So for him to go, it would just make the club look very bad because we spent 80 million pounds on him. So that's going to be the toughest move. AWB, he can go back to Crystal Palace for all I care. The man has 2 left feet. He can't whip a ball, and he's got no tech. He's just dreadful on the ball, just absolutely shambolic on the ball. So AWB's got to go. Martial, I've been saying it for time. Like we should have just shipped him off ages ago. At least get 30 million quid out of him. But now we'd be lucky to even get 20 million for him. So it's just players that we've held on to for way too long, and they've decreased in value. They've gotten up in age. They're letting their contract run out. So we're in a sticky boat. You know, like it's going to be difficult for us to make moves. I know Ten Hag probably won't be able to shift off everyone, and I think it's unrealistic for him to ship everyone because we will still need players, and the budget doesn't seem to be that big, and I don't know
Can you see that
what's
comment?
going on. Like, listen, man, McTominay's still gonna stay regardless. He's not going anywhere.
But does he need to be sold? Is he not one of them that needs to be sold?
I think he needs a season under Ten Hag, and then we'll see. I don't think it's realistic to sell McTominay. What do you think? Do you think McTominay's gonna stay or what?
I don't think it will happen, but I want it to happen. That's just the bottom line, man. For me, it's got to go, man. But yeah, man.
That's fair enough. Who else?
Yeah,
who
man.
else
I don't want to
do you
keep you
think
longer.
goes?
I don't want to keep you longer because I don't want you to get sacked, man, from work. So, you know what I mean? I'm gonna
Yeah,
leave you be. But big up to you, man.
All right. For sure. Next one for sure.
Yeah,
I'll see
man.
you soon.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Let's bring on Abdurrahman back. Can you hear me now, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you. How about you?
Yeah, man. I can hear you, brother. I can hear you, man. How are you? Everything good, yeah?
Yeah, everything's good, bro. I was just gonna say before I get into the players, like if I tell you something, if I told you that Manchester United Football Club in the last 44 games haven't managed to win 3 consecutive games, would you believe me? In the Premier League.
Yeah. Listen, that is believable. That is well believable.
If I showed you that stat, you would probably think of a lower mid-table club, and that's the state we're in now. You know, I think we
Absolutely.
are at our lowest point. For me personally, anyway, I'm still one of the young fans, so it's terrible.
Nah, big up to you, man. That's I think what a lot of people, young fans, have seen is just not good, is it? You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm maybe a bit older than you, but I think for me, I seen us winning. Now it's for the last 10 years. It's just been kind of like, bad lows after bad lows, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is a new low. I don't think we'll ever reach this low. But what I would say is like since I gave up like when it was February, because I've seen like the players not putting in effort. I'm not a professional or anything, but I play like 5-a-side with my friends, and even when we're losing, we look at each other and like we say, if this we can't lose, man. Come, let's put in effort. We try our best. Then if we lose, we lose. But what I've seen this season, I don't think I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not watching football for too long, but I haven't seen players with so big egos and put in such little effort in my entire life. So
that's the reality, bro. That's the reality. And then players we're talking about, bro. Who do you want to see go? Who do you want to see be sold?
I would start with obviously Henderson, and I don't like Henderson. He's just there, but I think we can make some money, like 30 million, 35 million pounds. I would sell all 4 fullbacks, but obviously we can't do that in one season. But specifically, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Telles. I don't think Wan-Bissaka is I don't think he's a footballer. I don't know. I think he's still in a living, in my opinion.
Okay,
and obviously, McFred, both, especially McTominay. I don't know what is the hype with McTominay. There's people saying, "Oh, he's young. He's the next Roy Keane." Blah blah blah. That guy is 25 and he can't make 25-yard pass. He hides. I really don't like that guy. So, but obviously, it's not gonna go because he's Mank bread or whatever they call it.
Mank bottom bread, yeah. Mank bottom bread,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's not born, but he's bred. But if that guy, and the biggest one for me, this is a player actually that I used to have on my profile picture. I used to rate this player very, very highly because he's really born and bred, Marcus Rashford. And in my opinion, I've never seen a player put in such little effort and have such a big ego in my entire life. That guy, I don't know. I've noticed a long time ago. I remember you mentioned him on the United Stand channel.
Yeah,
a few
yeah,
years ago, also 2019. I remember watching this guy and seeing like him never tracking back, looking down, doing whatever he wants, shouting at players, and I'm thinking to myself, "Who the hell are you?" But it all comes
too many
outside
ego. The contracts, it's too many ego, and obviously the big
Yeah,
contract.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyone else?
I remember. Yeah, there's many. Besides the ones that are obviously going, I would say, obviously, okay, Cavani is going. Who's who in the front? I think we made a mistake signing Diallo, like an 18-year-old who made like 3-4 games. We just bought him for 38 million pounds, I think, or something like that. I think that was stupid, and maybe Ten Hag can get something out of him. But if we can still get money, and I would sell him. I would keep Elanga. Yes, he's young, but listen, because Marcus Rashford wasn't performing, he had to play like basically like as like the main guy, because Rashford was like, "Hey, I'm not doing this. I'm not tracking back. I'm not doing." Like, I've never seen a play that bad in my entire life. Honestly, I'm not even trying to hate on Rashford. He's my boy, but he has to go.
Yeah. Big up to you, man. Nah, love for coming on, bro. Appreciate it, Abdurrahman. Hopefully we speak again soon, brother.
No problem, bro. When are you gonna have I think the season is finished there. So when are you gonna have the next calling show?
Hopefully it should be weekly. So again, we should hopefully be doing it next week. So hopefully keep an eye on the channel and put your notifications on, and then we can speak again, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
Big
And
up to
also,
you,
congrats on the 50K, man.
Big up, man. Appreciate it, man. Love, man. Big up to you, man. Let's bring on. Is it Ethan? Ethan, bro, you good? I don't know what happened there. Let's bring on Eddie. Eddie, you good, bro?
Yeah, man. Always good when my boy hits 50K. Look at you.
Come on, man. Love, man.
Let's
Love, man.
go.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate it,
man.
brother.
Always. All that hard work, all them sacrifices paying off big time, man. It's great to see. It's great
Come
to
on,
see.
man. That's what it's all about, man. Hard
Yes,
work, man.
sir.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yes, sir. So
Come
I
on,
got
man.
a list. I know some of these people might not. It's a bit out there, but
No.
I got
It's all
the
about
top.
opinions,
I got
man.
the top.
All
I
about
got the top
opinions.
3 I need going. Maguire, Fernandez, Rashford.
Wow.
I need those three out of here ASAP because I'm
gonna bring you Fernandez because that's the easiest one to kind of pick on because
Yeah.
Maguire makes sense.
Yeah.
Rashford makes sense, but Bruno Fernandes, make a case why you think Bruno Fernandes should be sold.
Too wasteful. I think Exhibit A is the Crystal Palace game. Say what you want about our performance. We never gave them anything, right? It wasn't like we were clinical or the best of our version of ourselves that day, but when Bruno legit kicks it to the other team, I was hoping they'd give him an assist. Because I know all these people love to put out, chances created. Bruno's top the league for chances created. Okay, he created another one. He created another. This time, though, for the other team. And this is a theme that we've been going through all this season. Now, has he, I guess, produced to the point where we've gotten some results? Yes, but at what detriment? We haven't established a consistent style of play since he's been here. And a lot of it has to do with our ability to control the ball. Now, with Ragnick, I was rooting for him, but the problem I have is you tell me control, but you bring on Bruno. That's the only problem. And then it's where you place Bruno, right? If you want to place him off the left, off the right, and he's running in on balls coming into the box and everything like that we've seen him somewhat do, I can do that. But when you give him so much responsibility in the middle of the pitch, and we've seen he's not a great decision maker, he's not great on the ball, he's not even great tracking back into transition when the other team has the ball. We're putting him in the most dangerous position on the pitch, and we're wondering why we struggle. And I'm like, look, if we get him out, we get somebody who can actually carry the ball, progressive, take care of it, not play kickball every time he's out there.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a semblance of a structure that can make us successful when it matters most. So that's why I'd say Bruno. The other people I have, I have Shaw, I have Henderson, I have Bisaka, I have McTominay. Unfortunately, I have the two older people of our squad in Ronaldo and Cavani as well, because my thing is cultural reset. We have to establish Manchester United as a new. And it's crazy I'm bringing up this line, but it's like Thanos, right? What do you say? You can't bring in stuff new because there's always going to be somebody who remembers what was, right?
Yep, that is facts.
And so Ten Hag needs the culture that it's just to be incubated in everybody who's buying into his vision. And with all these people, I can't say for certain how locked in they are to our process. And let me eliminate that process with our newly formed idea of what Manchester United is supposed to be. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Absolutely. Eddie, man, you're always honest, man, and that's why for me I like you, man. So big up to you, man.
Appreciate it. Same thing, Saeed Worldwide. Keep killing it, my boy.
Come on, man. Love, man. Big up to you, man. Love, man. Let's bring on G. G, how are you, brother? You good?
What's going on, Saeed? You good?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad, man. How's your little one, man? Okay.
She's great. She's amazing. Thanks, Saeed. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Been a good few weeks. She's changing loads already and smiling and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's wicked.
Man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. But yeah, the season's ended. Obviously, we have to talk about players and Ten Hag and whatnot. A lot of people are saying Bruno Fernandes. A lot of people are saying Ronaldo, Rashford. Who do you want like leaving the football club, just so we can get a new change, a fresh start?
None of them for me. None of them for me. I mean, I expect them to heavily feature next season. I think some of the names that have been mentioned there are kind of going to form a part of the spine next year. So not for me. For me, it'd be players like Jones. I think we've got to get rid of Jones now. You know, on the wage bill for so long. Mata. I'd like to see Bailly gone. I like Bailly. I love Bailly, the profile of him as a defender. You know, he's got the recovery pace, strong, wins his headers, but he's just injured too much. So he's got to go. Henderson, I think we can. For me, Henderson is one where you definitely have to sell him because there's 40 million there that can just be reinvested to. So
A player.
Exactly. A player. or maybe a player and a half. Depending
Well,
on,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
if you 25 million and 20, yeah, you could do something.
Definitely. So
15,
that
yeah.
Henderson,
Yeah.
if no one else has to go. Wan-Bissaka for me, I would sell. I actually, again, like Baye, I actually really like Wan-Bissaka as a defender. I think as a one-on-one defender, he's one of the best around. But the problem is, for Man United, you've got to also have the attacking part of your game, and I don't think the balance is there. It's not there. So I would sell Wan-Bissaka. I'd loan Ilanga. I would loan Ilanga because I don't actually think Ilanga's ready. I just think he shows a lot of promise, but I think with Ilanga, I think because Rashford's been so bad, I just think
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? He's just decided, well, let's give Ilanga a go. He's doing well in training, but when you actually ask yourself, is Ilanga good enough now to be playing for Man United? And
He's only 20, so he can still, he's still got time on his hands.
That's what I'm saying, and I think if it wasn't for Rashford's poor form, I think we would have loaned him out. So I would like to see him get, a loan at somewhere decent. And then beyond that, I know we're going to I won't touch Cavani, Pogba, Matic, and Lingard because they're going anyway. But beyond that, I think I'd like to see Williams sold. I think there's 15, 20 million potentially for Williams. Maybe more realistically, 15 there. If you sell Henderson and Williams, there's 55 million. Do you know what I mean? And then the only other one that I'm kind of really sort of and congratulations, Saeed. I should have started.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. No, man. Don't worry, man. I appreciate it, though.
Massive. The only other one that I'm kind of on the fence about is Tellez. Tellez is a good player, he's a good technical player, but I don't know whether he's got the right profile for the Premier League. You got to have pace, you got to be strong.
Physical as well.
Exactly. It's the physicality that I'm questioning more than anything else. I think he's he's got the technical ability, excellent left foot, he can pass, good long ball, dead balls as well, but it's the physicality side. I think if he's going to be a backup, if he's going to, we're going to keep him as a backup for sure, then yeah, maybe keep him, but that could potentially be somewhere we upgrade as well. I would keep Dalot, but I'd look for a new first starting right back. I just
Absolutely.
On a couple of things.
Go for it.
Rashford. I personally would like to see the fan base just calm down a bit with Rashford.
In what way?
He's had a crap season. He hasn't looked like he even works hard enough on the pitch. Fine. Someone's putting the thing, Rashford is rubbish, man. Listen, I hear you. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. And I don't think he's been good this season. I think he's been crap, as I said. But Rashford is young. He's had that back injury. And I would like to see players like him play in a proper team. I'd love to see Rashford play in a proper team. If you were to slide Rashford into the PSG team, how would he perform then? I just think there's.
Do you think there's a lot in case for that for them players? People would argue Maguire in a settle back four. People would argue short. The problem is though, there's not enough to fit in. You know what I mean? And get that.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. I was going to come onto it. There's a couple of others. I mean, people are going to hate on this comment because I know the fan base hates McTominay. And I'm not saying he should start. He should never start for Man United at the moment. But for me, I would remember Cleverley and Darren Fletcher and people like that. Look at Milner and people like that, the kind of players they did for their clubs. For me, I see McTominay in that vein. Shouldn't be starting, but he can definitely offer something to the team and the squad. But it's about having them in a proper team. You only improve when you're in a proper team. That's to say, Rashford is still young, so he's still developing. So if he's not playing with world-class players, he will never improve. So
I hear your point.
PH has got to get right first is actually building a proper quality team first, so that all these youngsters can develop. Someone like Amad Diallo is not going to develop in this team as it is now. You'll never see the best of Amad Diallo if we were to keep the squad as it is, say, for the next 2-3 years. We've got to bring in real quality now into this team. And this is what I said about 6 weeks ago, Saeed. I said that I felt that this transfer window was going to be massive because of the the contract expiries, but also just the fact that on top of those contract expiries, we were going to need to replace players, and that's now come to come.
Facts. Big up to you, man. Nah, I love to you, man. I appreciate the opinion and you know what I mean, the difference in opinion. That's what's all welcome here. But big up to you, G, and hopefully we'll speak soon, man. I appreciate it, man. Take it easy. Bye bye. Take it easy. Let's bring on is it Rude Gentleman? Look at you know how long this guy was waiting, by the way, in the back. Like this, you know what I mean? Like, how sad can you get, man? This guy must have been waiting. I'm not even lying to you. He's waiting at least 20 minutes here just to play music. Just play music in your own house, bro. Like, come on, man. You're a grown man. Grown man, you know. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. But big up to you anyway, man. Ryan, how are you, man?
Good, man. How are you? How's it? Congrats on 50K.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. How are you?
Good, good, good. I mean, interesting show today. I mean, I like the question that you posed. I mean, I don't want to cover what everyone's been saying, so I'll tell you a couple players that I think we should keep instead because I think most of them should be gone. Honestly, I'll tell you. I think Lindelof is going to be a really big player under Ten Hag. I think he has all the attributes for a system like that. Like good with the ball, can keep the ball, play a high line, spread the ball out. So I like Lindelof. I think he's going to be a really big player. I think Dalot was someone we might want to keep. I think he can play the ball forward, needs to work on his crossing a bit, but he can play the ball forward. I'll tell you someone controversial I think we might sell. I think the fan base might come after me for this. Where do we see Varane playing? Honestly, like,
you know what? Fair play. You've gone for an outside choice. Maybe Varane is a possible sticky one.
He's 29. He's coming. If we're really doing a rebuild, we're not challenging for the 2-3 years. Varane is probably at like the peak of his career right now. If you ask me, like at his age at least, right? He's like coming. He's 29, 30, 32, 33. You think he's going to be competing with the prime right now? His value is going to decline. I say we sell him now if we can. And honestly, this is a choice I haven't really heard from many people. And I've been hearing a lot about De Jong and all these Dutch players. Why haven't we talked about Matthias de Ligt? I think de Ligt could be, he only has 2 years left on his contract for Juventus. That's like the perfect time to buy, if you ask me. 2 years.
Yeah. Could be. I think there's a lot of potential, kind of like, what hidden gems that we could get, I think there's a lot we could get, but again, it's Man United need to be quick. Yesterday was it? Who did Villa sign? The midfielder Camaro. There's a lot of players that's going in. Real Madrid have snapped up Tchouaméni now, apparently. So we have to be quick. I think Man United, if they're not quick, they're going to lose out on a lot of signings. Then we're going to get second fiddles. I don't want second fiddles. Get the first choice players.
Exactly. No, I feel you 100%. I think so too. I think like we need to act quick, and like I think De Ligt is someone we should be looking at least because he's 22. He's been captain of Ajax. He's played under Ten Hag, and the thing I think that was a problem with him was that Mino Raiola was the Asian and stuff. But I mean, obviously that situation's kind of passed just naturally. But he's someone I would look at, top center back, play Ten Hag system, leadership material. That's someone I would really look at. So, yeah, I would consider selling Varane. I know he's a great player and he's shown this, but we need players that are reliable, healthy, and we've definitely had a lot of injury issues coming. So, yeah, that's someone I would probably consider selling. And Fred is another one for me because he might suit his system, but he's 29 years old. How much more value are we going to get out of Fred coming up? And if we're really serious about promoting youth like Garner and all these players, Fred's not – even if he's really good next season, how much is he going to give you 2 to 3 seasons from now, So
true.
Those are a few players I would say. So yeah, looking forward to the season, man. And I mean,
it's gonna be interesting.
I don't know if I told you, but I'm a big Poch supporter, but I really like it when I'm seeing from Ten Hag. So hopefully he delivers, man.
Absolutely, man. Big up to you, Ryan, man. Appreciate it as always.
Yeah, of course, man. Say big up. I appreciate it, and good luck.
Big up to you
going forward, man. 100K soon.
Yeah, man. 100%, man. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you, man. Big up to everybody still watching, man. Please, guys, smash a like on the video. And you know what, Rude Gentleman, you don't understand, man. That for me is a copyright, you know what I mean? By you playing that music, everybody knows, man. Why do you think I don't play music on here? It's a copyright. And I'm sure you would know that. You've been on the channel for a while now. So for me, like I said to you, with anyone playing music, I always tell them, man, it's a straight copyright. If you get a copyright on YouTube, your channel could get shut down. So you get a few strikes and you're out, man. So please, guys, you know what I mean? If you did that just because of the 50K or whatnot, apologies. But like I said, man, we have to be very careful for the copyright, man. But yeah, man, big up to you. Nah, love, man. Appreciate it, man. Come on. Yeah, Gary Clark, man. What are you telling me? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Who should leave, bro? Who should leave?
I think Rashford, Maguire, those two would be the main players that I think should leave, because I think they're the ones that are causing the most trouble in the dressing room. But you've got quite a lot of players that could leave for different reasons. Some of them not good enough.
Yeah.
Some of them bad attitude. Some of them don't suit the system. But definitely get rid of Maguire, Rashford. We definitely
Gary, can you sort your mic out? It's crackling a lot, man.
Oh,
It's cracking
sorry.
a lot. Yeah. Sorry, man.
Is this better now?
Yeah, perfect now.
Right. Yeah, we need 2 fullbacks. Probably get rid of Telles, Delo, and Wan-Bissaka. I might keep Shaw because you can't get rid of half the squad. We have to keep some players. And then midfield, well, Pogba and Matic are already going anyway. So I'll probably keep McTominay and Fred, but I'll definitely bring in a couple of midfielders. And we need a centre back as well to partner Varane. And then out the wing, I will tell Rashford to keep Elanga, keep Ronaldo. I think Sancho will be good. But yeah, and Henderson, I'd get rid of him. I think we should have got rid of him a year ago.
Absolutely. Nah, big up to you, man. I appreciate you coming on, Gary.
Yeah, congratulations on 50,000.
Nah, man, big up to you, man. Big up to you, bro. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. People, listen, we're gonna have to end the show here, man. Over 2 hours we've been on, man. Yusuf, next time, brother. I know you just came on now, but big up to you, man. I've been on for more than 2 hours. We'll catch you next time. Mo, Rohit, next time, brothers, man. And Mo, man, come on, man. We need your face, man. This is a new era now, man. Come on, man. But people, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. For those that you've been here throughout the whole episode, give a shout out to yourselves, man. You get me? You are the real ones. You here for the whole 2 hours and nearly 15 minutes. Big up to yourself. Big up to everybody who started the show, ended the show. Love to every single one of you. Like I said, 50K. Big up to you, man. I will be doing a separate stream for that. So make sure check that one out. You get me? We're going to have a little party. We're going to have a little live stream, special live stream, 50K live stream. You know what I'm saying to you? And the party, yo, man, sherbets. Soon, brother. Soon. We're going to do that soon, man. But big up to everybody who's watching. I'll be back tomorrow, man. I got a show with Adam tomorrow. Adam Matic is back on the channel. I got a show tomorrow, 9 o'clock. So make sure you check that one out, people. But peace. We're out. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.